Coming up right now, it's the latest in do-it-yourself diagnosis. We take a look inside the new AI med pods coming to a location near you. Also coming up, we call on the guy from the Daddy Academy to find out if we are the top prospect or just a roster player in a guy's dating life. And later, the new line of villain wedding gowns inspired by Disney's collaboration with Allure Bridals. We've got your life and style guide from A to Z starting right now on Life Love Shopping. Welcome to Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. I'm your host, Andrea Jackson. If you live it, you love it, or you buy it, we talk about it right here on the show. We're going to start with this story. A new way to cure what ails you could be coming to a gym or office complex near you. It's being called the world's first AI doctor's office, and it will be arriving in the U.S. this year. The Care Pod is a self-service cube where patients can be screened for a variety of health issues related to diabetes, hypertension, depression, even anxiety. It can even do skin exams to check for signs of cancer. Some results will come in real time. These med pods can even allow users to draw their own blood. Experts say it doesn't use needles, just a vacuum chamber on the arm. The process of applied pressure is being compared to something like a leech or even a hickey. No word yet on whether the blood draw technology in those Care Pods has been approved by the FDA. The first 3 med pods will be installed in Sacramento, Chandler, Arizona, and Chicago. Membership fees will start at $99. When it comes to spending extra time on self-care, experts say getting a manicure has some surprising health benefits. Researchers say superficial self-disclosure is linked to positive emotions that can provide a boost to our overall well-being. Easy chats about our everyday life with a nail tech has been linked to relaxation and even visualization. You never know, your next best idea could come while you're discussing your favorite hobby while getting a fresh coat of polish. Dating in the digital world can be a nightmare for both men and women. Enter a New York hottie named Nico. He hosts a dating advice page on TikTok called the Daddy Academy. In this video, he offers women advice on how to tell whether they are a top priority or just a roster player.
Ladies, are you Miss Wednesday? Or are you getting those prime time Friday, Saturday night spots? Welcome to the Daddy Academy. Listen, for dates 1 and 2, I get it. Maybe you don't want to give a guy your weekend, totally understandable. But after a certain point, if he is coincidentally only available on Wednesdays or Mondays or Tuesdays, but you never really hear from him on the weekends, he's not offering Friday, Saturday spots, there's something up there, okay? I'm not going to say it's a total red flag, depending on how many dates it's been, but there's a flag waving, and if you squint your eyes, it's a little burgundy. I would say more times than not, this is a roster situation, although maybe it's not. It can mean but you have to dig and find the answer. Or this is what you do. You are no longer available Monday through Thursday, right? You are only available now on Friday or Saturday nights. And let's just see. Put that little test out there, okay, and see what happens. If it's not a roster situation, it's a priority situation. And essentially, he's telling you that you are not a priority for me to see on my days that I value the most, my free time, Friday and Saturday. Time is everyone's most valuable thing. So if he's not giving you those days, and this has been a pattern, you have to find out the reason why. Take away your availability during the week to force him to only, if he wants to see you, it's got to be Saturday night. It's got to be Saturday night, and then see what happens. If he schedules it, then okay, maybe there's just a little misunderstanding. If he doesn't, and you go weeks without seeing him just because you are busy now and he can't, then you know the answer.
Remember, Saturday night means you are a priority. The Victoria and Albert Museum in London is looking for a Taylor Swift savant. This new position is centered around all things Tay-Tay. The London Museum has posted a position for a superfan advisor that will help them identify trends for future museum collections. The Victoria and Albert wants to fill the job before Swift starts the European leg of her Eras tour on May 9th. No word on what it will pay other than it's a competitive part-time position with benefits. And if you don't land the Swift spot, the museum is also looking for experts in croc footwear, emojis, and a type of textile manufacturing known as tufting. Have you ever heard about the new villain bridal gown collection inspired by Disney? This is pretty cool. Allure Bridals has put together their favorite Disney fairy tale wedding gowns inspired by the bad girls of the Mouse House. So we will start with the Ursula. The villainess of The Little Mermaid brings high drama to this black beaded gown with detachable sleeves. It also comes in ivory with a trailing mermaid silhouette skirt. Next on our villain's bridal tour, the Evo Queen. Mirror, mirror on the wall, will it be ivory, black, or gold for y'all? You can rule your wedding kingdom with this eye-popping gown that features elaborate embroidery and a wrapped ruffle shawl, cape sold separately, of course. Maybe you're more of a Maleficent kind of bride. Well, you can curse all those ill-fated relationships with this stunner in shimmering green velvet with lace as you walk down the aisle. They suggest a horned headdress is the perfect topper to this bridal gown. Or how about Aladdin's grand villain Jafar, who's inspired this final look? Well, if you want to seize the power on your big day, this gown offers a bit of menswear inspiration with dainty button cuffs coupled with a plunging neckline. Each style is available in both black for full tilt villain or ivory if you want just a touch of evil. Prices for the gowns start at around $2,000. Allure's been working with Disney since 2020. However, this latest collection marks the first time they've traded in the princess for her arch enemy. Beyonce's new country song, Texas Hold'em, is burning up the charts and sparking a Western takeover. Check out this fan video inspired by her new tune. Beyonce just became the first black female artist with a #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart with her latest tune. Her lean into Western style is inspiring a resurgence in Western fashion trends across social media, thanks to other pop culture trendsetters like Pharrell and Lil Nas X. From bolo ties to cowboy hats and boots, style experts say Beyonce has launched Western wear back into the spotlight. Her fans are lighting up social media with their take on cowboy couture, with the caption, "If Bay goes country, we go country." Expect to see more felt cowboy hats, flannel shirts, denim, and of course, the red, the whites, and the blue. Beyonce's new country album will be released later this month. Her two songs, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages, are the first two ahead of the LP's big debut, and Beyonce is not the only pop artist taking a spin into country music territory. Lana Del Rey just announced her next LP, Lasso, and it will be all country. For more information on any of these stories, head to our website, llsshow.com. Much more ahead on Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. In this week's Help My Home, we call on our favorite home improvement guy, Gator.
Hey, this is Gator with a few easy hacks to help you help your home. If you got screens on your windows, they're ripped or coming apart, or you need to replace them, or you got a screened-in porch or some screen doors, I'm going to show you how you can easily do this yourself, okay? You need to go to your hardware store and get a roll of screen. They come in all different sizes and all different lengths. You need to get a roll of spline, which is like this black rubber type material. Sometimes you can use the old one that comes out of your screen, but it's easier to get some new ones. And this little spline tool, and all of these things can be bought for pretty relatively cheap at the same spot at your hardware store. Now what you want to do is cut a piece of your screen that's a little bit bigger than the actual frame of the screen, okay, and just lay it on there like that. Then you take your spline. I'm using the old piece that came out of here because there was nothing wrong with it. Then you take your spline tool, and what you want to do is there's a little groove around here, and you take this rubber spline and you just kind of lay it right here at the beginning where it starts, and you use this little tool and you actually push it in the groove. One side's kind of a little easier to use than the other side, and you just push this in just like this. And as you see, it goes in that little groove, and it'll tighten that screen up. Then you just turn like this and just keep going all the way around. Now, when you get done, you'll have something that looks like this. You just take your razor knife and cut your excess screen off, and you've got a nice tight screen, and it didn't cost you very much. You can do a whole bunch of screens when you get one of these rolls. And if you have one that's broke, they sell these pieces and these corners at your hardware store, and you can rebuild this whole thing. All right, then, replace your screens. Next. if you've got solar lights around your house, which a lot of people do, could be like this, could be like this, but they have these solar screens and they get this stuff on them. The sun causes that, and then it gets the screen covered up and they don't get as much sun, they don't work as good. This is hard to clean. I've tried all different kind of things, so I found something that works, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. And basically it's off bug spray. Yeah, I know. Looks like that. You just spray it right on the screen, just like this. It will eat that stuff away that's on there from that sun. You just get a little rag, wipe it down. It'll have that screen looking like brand new. And then it's going to get plenty of light. And even on something like this older style that's got this screen, I mean, that thing is pretty beat up. The light hardly even works because it doesn't get sun. You spray this off right on there, just like that. Let it sit for a second. Wipe it right off. And it cleans that screen back to where it's supposed to be. You can even use a little more on there. And then it's going to charge, and then your light's going to work like it should. This stuff's hard to get off. That's all you got to do. Off bug spray. All right, then. Next. So when you're doing home repair things around your house, you know, you don't always have the right tool, which is why I make a lot of these videos. If you've ever need to strip a piece of wire, you might not have a wire stripper, you're looking for a knife or whatever. I'm going to show you something that's pretty cool that a lot of people might not even know about. But you take some fingernail clippers, most people will have these, and you take this top piece and flip it over, and you can actually squeeze this together. And this will actually come off of here, and then you can remove this little rod out the center, okay? And then what happens is you're left over with a pair of cutters and strippers, and you can use these for a lot of different things. But you can take a piece of wire, this is the normal size wire you would find on your outlet or plug, and you can put it on there and just kind of spin it a little bit, and it will strip that wire back like it's nothing. It works great for little wire too. You can take this little wire, and not only will it strip this stuff, but it'll also cut this stuff just like that. You can cut right through it, or you can strip it, whichever you want to do. This thing will work good for a lot of different things. You'd be surprised what you use this for. Just take it apart. You never know when you might need it. All right, then. Y'all have a good day. Next! Carry your groceries with a pool noodle. Cut one about 4 or 5 inches long. Most of you guys can eyeball that. Put a slit down the middle. Place your bags inside the pool noodle, just like this. You can carry a bunch of them like this as well, just like that. Now you can carry your grocery bags with ease. Nuts! This is Gator, helping you help your home. All right, then. Next!
Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. Have you ever seen the cabin crew on your flight sit on their hands? Well, you might be surprised to learn why the move is intentional. Brace yourself for this reality check from flight attendant Henny Lynn.
Why do cabin crew sit on their hands while in their jump seats? Ever wondered why cabin crew sits like this during takeoff and landing? It is called bracing position. This position involves fastening seatbelt securely, sit upright, sit on hands, palms up, thumbs tucked, and arms loose, and feet flat on the floor. The aim is to keep the body in a rigid pose so that if there was any impact from an unplanned emergency, the body is damaged less. This keeps body movement restricted so that there is less chance of injury if there was an impact. During this time, they will also be going through the silent review, which prepares them for an emergency situation, every takeoff and landing. This includes being aware of emergency equipment in the location, door operation, commands given, and any visual clues outside the aircraft. Safe flight, everyone!
Henny's video has already received around 35,000 views from curious travelers. Well, if you're on the plane and seated next to a window, who has control of the window shade? One airline passenger was not having it from a fellow traveler who kept messing with her window blind. Her clip has received more than 16 million views and just as many comments as to who has ultimate control of the shade. Now, in the clip, you can see the female traveler lift the shade when all of a sudden a child's hand reaches back and tries to shut it down. The youngster only manages to get it halfway down before her manicured hand reaches in to stop him from throwing shade on her view. The clip highlights the awkward location of having a blind seemingly straddle 2 aisles. Airplane etiquette says whoever is sitting right next to it gets control of it, while a fellow passenger can ask that you close the window. You're not obligated to do so. However, all rules go out the window if you're seated in an exit row or in an emergency situation. If you're looking for an easy travel hack to save time and money by using points, Points by Jay offers this advice.
The worst way I see people using their credit card points is by booking directly in their credit card travel portal. Please stop doing that. Here is exactly how to transfer your points out of the credit card travel portal into your airline or hotel loyalty account. It's going to save you a ton of points for your travel redemptions, and it literally takes less than a minute. So let's do this. Go into your credit card travel portal and click on Transfer Points to Partners. You can see all of the options across the airlines and hotels. For example, if you wanted to transfer out to Hyatt, just go ahead and click Hyatt. Then scroll to the bottom, click Transfer Points. And if you're wondering which cards let you transfer points to airlines and hotels, I have a whole guide linked in my profile with the cards and all the specific travel transfer partners. Share this with a friend who might be using their points incorrectly.
Points by Jay, thank you so much. Airlines don't give up the stats when it comes to in-flight theft. However, a couple of recent high-profile cases have brought the discussion to the forefront. Experts say most travelers have high-value items on them, like a wallet, phone, cash, even a passport. So how do you keep you and your belongings safe? Well, they say pack smart. Use a sturdy backpack with secure locks and colorful zip ties so it's easy to identify. Use a secure waist belt for high-value items like your passport or cash, and always keep your valuables in sight. Avoid leaving items unattended, like in an overhead bin where anyone might be able to get to them. If you are a victim of theft on a flight, the first thing you should do is report the incident to the airline as soon as possible. Airlines are required to offer compensation in certain situations. Keep all documents, including ticket information and receipts for emergency purchases. These will be essential for any future claims you might file. And if you're looking for a unique place to stay, check out this odd unicorn seashell house in Austin, Texas. The listing describes the home as part Willy Wonka, part Big Lebowski. It was built back in the 1970s and is known as the Bloom House. The magical mystery abode is located in the woods of Westlake Hills in Austin, Texas. There's 1,100 square feet of living space, which can be tough to describe, but the Airbnb listing likens it to a giant seashell unicorn. There isn't a single straight line or quarter edge within the home except for inside the bathroom. It's considered a guest favorite with an average of 4.9 out of 5 stars, and it goes for around $600 a night. Much more ahead on Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. Welcome back to Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. Truman Capote called them his swans. They were the elite women of New York City and high society. They were also his downfall when he chose to write about them in a story for Esquire magazine. This is the must-watch series Feud, Capote versus the Swans, now streaming on FX.
No good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good.
We made New York the capital of the world, the center of everything. Sex, money, and endless adventure.
Hello, ladies. Mind if I sit down?
Oh, I wish you could, but we're being joined in just a second.
Feeling better now that we're through.
We see the importance of presentation. Underneath, though, it's an act. Truman.
Tell me everything.
Here's the fact. Even your sister will steal your man.
I don't know what matters more to him than the sex or me knowing about it.
Wait, go back. We're talking the governor's wildebeest wife, that fat-ankled harridan.
Yes!
You're no good, you're no good.
Only you can show us these women, Truman, how they really are.
You're looking awfully weathered and fat.
Too much perfume for a woman with her face.
I don't even care about the money, it's the sex.
Truman, these are people's deepest secrets.
For God's sake, won't you shut up?
Why would you want to hurt them?
You cannot splay these things out.
Your story cast its spell and took away everything I had.
You're no good, you're no good.
What did I do to deserve your contempt?
He'll be cut off from all high society, and that will kill him.
Is this what you wanted? To be banished?
He'll Don't try and slither back. He's insidious.
You're telling people that I murdered my husband?
You piece of...
This is what a writer does. It's bloody and sharp and...
Do you remember, if you live it, you love it, or you buy it, we talk about it. Head to our website, llsshow.com, for more information on anything you've seen on today's show. Be good, everybody.